It seems that there's so much that can be done. And then the other thing is, my wife came from Coppin, and as we drive past Coppin, often I see that they are basically buying up everything. And the other colleges are buying up the areas that they are right next to. How can the people, how can the community, start seeing some advantage from that?
Well, let me try your first question. I helped to found a bank, the Harbor Bank of Maryland, back in '82. In fact, when we got our charter in 1981 to open that bank, the banking commissioner for the state of Maryland was fired the next day because no minority of any kind owned the bank in Baltimore. And you might notice that people who were involved with the savings and loans crisis way back then tended to be Jewish because they couldn't own any banks in Baltimore either. Only Anglo-Saxon people were on bank boards and were owners of banks. So I went around with a group of guys raising money to get this bank started, and I'm still vice chair of the board. But when you ask about the houses, it occurred to me, and I have talked to several mayors all in a row of Baltimore about the idea. A bank, because it's a regulated entity, is not allowed, if your mortgage is going bad or a loan you have is going bad, when there are properties that are undergirding that mortgage, they won't allow you to go all the way down to all of the value of the property is gone. In other words, if you aren't paying on a regular basis because you're in trouble, they stop the mortgage collection process before you get below a certain level of value in that property. So that if it's going to be sold, it's going to be sold then. What we're doing with vacant houses in Baltimore is allowing the property to continue to accrue taxes. Even, let's say, the elderly person that used to live there died, their children are in another state, they do have another senior relative that would like to own the property or to keep it up, but they can't afford it because the tax collections have accrued to such an extent that it is unaffordable. So I have said to several mayors, let the city, instead of all those property tax sales they have every May, let them stop accruing. Come on in, Senator Feldman, and we've got food over here if you'd like to get some. Let the penalties and interest stop accruing when you get to maybe 35 or 40% of what the value of the property would otherwise be, and do whatever you're going to do with it at that point in time. Because when you let it go and go and go till it is not even feasible for anybody, you, me, or anybody, to buy it and to do anything with it because the loans against it are so high, the value will never be there to make it a feasible deal. So that's